Three things are often named as the bare necessities of life: food, water, and shelter. Today, our focus will be the shelter part of Moonatel life. I do all my brainstorming in my downtime, and among my little list of topics to cover, the architecture and day-to-day lifestyle of Moonatel people spoke to me the most. With all things, one must start from the beginning. Back when the world was first being made, not much existed. It was just a big ball of clay floating in nothingness. Then, our pal Oob decided to give life to things, and depending on your viewpoint, it all went downhill from there. Because Oob created the river out of his blood, the water cycle kicked in, and soon there was rain pouring down on these new people. They started to make crude, temporary shelters, but they were a little too temporary. So, the big brains of the community set out to create lasting homes for their people, and after a while of trial and error, testing out new materials and many disasters, they finally came up with houses that both looked alright and protected them from the elements. The builders had a few design choices in mind. They loved curves as it reflected their origins from the river. They found the steeper roofs were better for harsher weather because flat roofs would just collect water and crash down on the people inside. Many starting civilizations with an abundance of clay have made houses out of mud bricks, but this process tends to dirty the water. The Moonatel people feel their water is sacred, and it'd be kind of odd to make your walls out of your own flesh, since they're all made from clay too, so they tend to stay away from molding mud bricks. Instead, they favor using mostly wood, with some stone, which is usually reserved for buildings with more traffic. There are several types of trees, and Moonatel has many of these usual types, along with a few extras. For convenience and coolness, I'm introducing two trees with clay-like properties. The benny tree will hold its shape until acted on by a significant force. The longer the force is held, the more resistant to change it is. If you smack a bendy tree, it'll just wiggle, but if you push and hold it for an hour or so, it'll withstand quite a bit before changing again. It's got the elasticity of clay. The joined tree will merge with other joined tree pieces that it touches. It has to be held there for a few minutes in wet conditions, otherwise it may just pop off again. It's like the score and slip method for joining pieces of clay. The sap of these trees also has special properties, and the Moonatel people often use them as binding agents. The bendy tree sap can be mixed with pigments to create dyes and paints, and it's water resistant when dry. Joint tree sap is often used for glue due to its tacky nature, and when mixed with dirt, it creates a cement-like substance. When a builder sets out to make a house, first they have to gather their materials. They'd get joined wood sticks, long wooden planks made from the bendy tree, a bunch of big leaves, lots of string, joined wood dowel pins, water, sap from the bendy tree, dirt, some metal, a wide plank of some regular wood, and some workers to actually build it. Depending on the town, the workers might be part of a company, independent travelers, or maybe just a bunch of family members. To build the house, they need to find a nice, flat plot of land. They'll get rid of the grass around the house and start with a circle of dirt. Next, they dig holes in the ground and put joint sticks in. Then they wrap the bendy planks around the perimeter. They may bend it a bit beforehand, or just have a bunch of people to help work it around bit by bit. They drill holes into the planks that line up with each post, and stick in the join wood dowel pins, wetting each side so that they combine. They lay join wood sticks up towards each other on the top to create the roof structure. Off to the side, they create skirts of leaves and tie them around the roof structure. They spread bendy sap onto the trees to make it rain resistant, and this basically makes the shingles. Then they add the door, made of normal wood plank, and some crude metal hinges if you feel fancy enough. New families or temporary inhabitants may start with wooden hinges, however, because metal is a bit of an investment. I hope you liked hearing me rant about the building practices for Noonatel. It's just the tip of the iceberg, though. There's a lot more to be discussed about this world, and I hope I'll be able to make another video soon talking about more subjects of Moonatel life. Thank you for watching.